It is Manitoba time. That means Lindsay Egan joins us from Travel Manitoba with a whole bunch of great reasons to be a tourist in your own province. This time we're talking about signature museums. Yes. There's only 6 in our province, and it's a special designation, right?
Yeah, they're designated that status by the Manitoba government, and the criteria is they need to showcase a really specialized collection and have the potential to become a very significant heritage tourism attraction.
Well, all 6 of them hit those for no question about it. Let's go through as many as we can.
Yeah.
The new Iceland Heritage Museum out in Gimli.
Out in Gimli. That one talks about the migration of the Icelandic people coming to Manitoba and settling here and living in a self-governmented place for 12 years, and they actually named it New Iceland, hence the New Iceland Heritage Museum. Right. And you can learn through dioramas, through video. You can dress up as a Viking. Pretty
cool.
Fun. Yeah,
that's
so
always
really
good.
Cool stuff there.
Right on. Okay, how about the St. Boniface Museum, just literally across the river
just right across the river. There you can learn about the preservation of the artifacts relating back to the French-Canadian people and the Métis people. And there's the Louis Riel exhibit there. Beautiful old heritage building it's in. They do tours bilingually, so
you had
a little gem right in St. Boniface.
It really is a little gem, especially when you get to learn a little bit about the history and how incredibly unique the things are.
Yeah, and I think a lot of Manitobans don't even know their own history, so it's a great place to go learn.
So many of us drive up and down Tasha every day, and we have the opportunity to stop and be a tourist in our own province.
Absolutely.
Head the other way, head up to the airport, and you get to see the Western Canada Aviation Museum.
Yes, inside a big old hangar, which is really neat. You can walk inside, see Canada's very first helicopter, see some crazy cool fighter jets.
Yes.
It's also great for kids. They can explore, and they have a Discovery Interpretive Zone there where they can climb aboard an aircraft, sit in the cockpit, push all the buttons, pull all the levers, learn about gravity. So lots of cool stuff there.
A great opportunity to learn, especially if in my family you've got that one kid who always asks, how does that work?
Yeah.
They've actually got a blown apart engine, so you can actually see how pistons move and things like that. It's a great opportunity to go, that's how that works, son. Go learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Next on the list, the Manitoba Agricultural Museum.
Yeah, out in Austin, Manitoba. They probably have the largest collection of farm machinery, buildings, and artifacts. You can climb up on the tractors. They actually have a little pioneer village set on the property as well. So you can walk around there, go in all the buildings, check out all the old school vintage pioneer stores, and it's a really great outdoor area too. It's not just set right inside of a museum. Right,
so make sure you check the weather conditions before you head out that way. The Commonwealth Air Training Museum. This was a new one for me.
Yeah, this one's in Brandon. This is the only museum in Canada that pays sole tribute to those who fought and trained for the British Commonwealth in the 1940s war. So you can learn about all of that time, see some of the aircrafts. It's also set in a hangar, so it has a little bit of a same feel to the Western Canada Aviation, with lots of flight and whatnot. So a really neat historical museum.
From a very particular snapshot,
exactly.
a part of our history that a lot of people may have forgotten.
Yeah.
And that's what those museums often bring us. Last but not least, of course, the Mennonite Heritage Museum.
Mennonite Heritage Museum in Steinbach, probably most easily recognizable by that big old windmill there.
Yep.
The museum is really cool. It's not just one building. It's also set up to look like an old Mennonite village, and you can learn about the pioneer era when they migrated, mainly the Mennonites migrating from Russia. Yep. So you can learn all about that, see how they lived, learn about their faith and culture, and get really hands-on with a lot of activities too.
One nice thing about that place is that it's such a big place outdoor. You get a nice day. The kids are exhausted by the time they leave.
Exactly.
Get them in, get them learning, let them have some fun, take them home tired. Well, Travel Manitoba has set us up with passes for a whole bunch of touring. You get to go if you can. Go to breakfasttelevision.ca, click on the link, and you could actually win big. Breakfasttelevision.ca, you could win tickets to the New Iceland Heritage Museum, the Manitoba Agricultural Museum, Western Canada Aviation Museum, and the Commonwealth Air Training Museum. We've got passes for you and family. Just go to breakfasttelevision.ca to win. Always nice to see you, Lindsay.
Me too.
Going to check on weather conditions. Perfect day to be a tourist in the province. Here's Jenna Kahn.